As I said, there is no set policy.
Okay, I have a question. There's a question over here. Identify yourself, please.
My name is Dave Miles. I ran for second district earlier, but I was limited. My question is about transportation. Could you address public transportation, railroads, tax-exempt parking lots, parking spaces, North-South Expressway? Could the two candidates address transportation? There's cost savings, various other issues.
Cost issues in general, because I could see not only cost savings, but cost expenses with that. Would that be fair, sir?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll give you the first shot at that.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes. And I hope I got them all written down, Mr. Miles, before I... well, one of the main ones that keeps coming up is the North-South Corridor, and I think that's something that La Crosse always has as a perennial, like flowers in the spring. That topic comes up. Even before I was on the council, I was very involved with this issue and attended many meetings, but even more so since being on the council. So the DOT holds many open forums and sessions where you can come and get the latest information on what they're thinking of doing. Definitely, I think we want to keep the roads that we already have through the marsh improved, and we know that roads and the condition they're in are an issue in our community. But I do not believe in having any new roads go through the marsh. What I would prefer, and again, you always have to be open as a leader. That's something to put on the fight, but that is my feeling, that we have enough roads through the marsh. It is a wonder that we have that marsh between the different portions of our city, and we need to keep it. One of the options, and here's where it actually even comes through my district, is I have Village Boulevard as part of my 8th district, is to take a bypass east of La Crosse. And possibly other people have suggested even over in Minnesota, to take the through traffic out of the city and put it outside the area. Much like if you guys have gone up to Eau Claire and taken that bypass. It's really well done, and it used to be kind of a nightmare getting through Eau Claire. So that's the kind of thing that I would recommend, because the traffic that's really causing a problem is traffic that's just trying to get through town and has no reason to stop. On top of that, I think we're heading into, again, different transportation modes entirely. What I would like to spend time and money on increasing our transportation routes through alternative ways. We're working on getting more walking paths, bike paths, buses. I've worked on that issue. We have recently increased the borders of where we go on buses. It's always such a challenge, but we seem to be working better with our outside communities now. We're now going to Alaska. We have been going over to La Crosse, and that's a great thing. So I would definitely keep pushing for more buses. I think when gas gets up to $5 a gallon again, people are going to be riding the bus more. So I think that will alleviate some of the problems. As far as rail, I'm sort of in love with rail. I hope we continue to be, and here's another good TIF story. I think if we hadn't done a TIF around the Amtrak depot, we might not have kept rail in La Crosse. But I would like to see that increase, and I know we're working on getting it twice a day to La Crosse now because it's becoming so popular. And then high-speed rail. I definitely would be, as a mayor, the advocate out there saying we wanted to come through La Crosse. Parking garages, that's one of those areas where we have to have adequate parking. I think there's room for improvement. If you talk to the downtown people, they just want them cleaner, quite frankly. If you talk to people at the center ramp, they don't like the fact that the Holiday Inn parking is all on the low levels, where people who come to the center during the day can't park. They have to go to the top, and they seem to be empty all the time. So I think there's some things that we can improve on our parking garages. But all of those things added together, I think will solve our transportation problems.
For public transportation, I think we've got to make sure in the city of La Crosse that we're providing public transportation to meet the needs of the people. Right now, we do have definitely a great bus system, which I think is underutilized, and we've got to work to raise awareness so people know that resource is available for them and they can utilize it. And if we can bring the usage up, we've got to make sure, like I said earlier, that our services provided meets the demands of the people, so we're not over-servicing, as I feel we are right now. We've got a lot of buses that run around and they're half empty, some not even that. think the city of Onalaska has a good program. They've got a little bit smaller buses, and it meets the needs of what people are demanding out there. So as far as our bus system goes, that's how I feel on that. For the bike trails, absolutely, we're working on bike trails right now. The city bike trail that's going to connect the north side to the south side, and that's a good thing. I think we're definitely going to move towards more pedestrian, more bicycle traffic all across the city, because we are gaining more responsibility on more awareness of creating an environmentally friendly transportation system. The light rail system, it's a great project. Hopefully we can get moving forward with the fast rail that's going to be connecting the whole Midwest area. And I just met with a gentleman last week talking about that, where people are starting to use it more. Fossil fuels are going up, so we are going to need to increase the public transportation on the rail system because it is going to be more economical in the future, I feel, and especially for shipping, not just personal transportation for people, but the city of La Crosse has great transportation hub. We've got barges, we've got rail here, the interstate system. We've got to make sure we're utilizing that and utilizing it to the full effect. And I think when we do work towards more trade, and I think we can increase trade in the La Crosse area to expand not just in the state level, but national and international level, we are utilizing these hubs because we do have a great system here for transportation. And it's just a matter of getting the demand out there, because right now we've got a good bus system, like I said, but people aren't using it. So we've got to raise awareness, we've got to get people involved and use this system, so we're not spending money where it's not being used.